Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be just a fun little video. I was playing around on the internet the other day and I kept coming across these articles that were like, things that age an aging woman or things that make an aging woman look older. And there were just all these different bullet points and stuff. And some of them were really obvious, we've heard them all before, but then there were others that I had never heard before and they would have never occurred to me had I not read them, so I wanted to share those with you. And then of course there were some that I was just like, no way, I totally disagree. Those are probably all the ones that I personally break from day to day, So anyway, like I said, I just thought that this would be a fun little video. I'd love to hear your feedback, your opinion on whether you agree or disagree with some of these bullet points. So let's go ahead and jump in. All right, so I'm going to start with the ones that are just super, super obvious, and we've heard them all before, and that is posture. Obviously if you have better posture, you're going to look younger because younger girls tend to have better posture. As we get older, we get a little bit lazy and we kind of slouch over and stuff like that. Not only does it make you look younger, but it makes your figure look better whenever you're standing up straight and your shoulders are back. So that's number one. That's really obvious. Another real obvious one is yellow teeth. I think that if you are even in your 20s or early 30s and you have yellow teeth, I think that it can definitely age you. So if you are, getting up there in age and your teeth are yellow and you want to take some years, off your appearance, run to your closest grocery store, grab a teeth whitening kit, whiten your teeth for a week or 10 days or however long it takes, and it will literally, take 10 years off your appearance if you have a beautiful white smile. So that's another real obvious one. Another really obvious one is overplucked eyebrows, and I'm guilty of that. I actually don't pluck anymore, but I am a victim of overplucking in the 90s when Pamela Anderson was, the most beautiful thing that walked the face of this earth, and everybody wanted to kind of be like her. Well, not everybody, because some of you, some of you managed to make it through the 90s and still have, thick eyebrows, but I definitely overplucked. And at some point they just don't grow back. But I do agree that bushier eyebrows make somebody look a little bit younger. However, I'm not willing to overdraw, dramatically overdraw my eyebrows. So I just try to, make them look a little bit thicker than they actually are. But I do agree that if I had thicker eyebrows, I would probably look a little bit younger. And then the last really obvious one is painted fingernails. As we age, I think our hands and our necks kind of show our age the quickest. In our eye area and our whole face. I'm just kidding. But anyway, definitely the hands, and my hands have really aged. My hands were already looking aged when I was young, and so I've always had just terrible looking hands. And I typically keep them painted. I do not have them painted today because every once in a while I just need to let them breathe, because they start getting really, really unhealthy and they start wanting to peel and, just, I don't know, I feel like my nails need a break. But I do agree with that one, that painted nails make your hands look younger. This next one is one that I had never heard of, but once I read it, I was like, that's kind of interesting. And that is that wearing jewelry that is really big and really chunky, like statement necklaces and statement earrings, that can really age a woman. And I was like, I'm not sure if it ages a woman, but you don't typically see girls in their 20s and 30s wearing big statement necklaces and big statement earrings. You just don't see it. They're typically wearing, dainty necklaces. They might layer their necklaces or something like that and kind of daintier jewelry. You just don't see a lot of big statement pieces on younger girls, unless it's for advertisement purposes. If they're a model and they're advertising jewelry, then you might see a statement necklace on a younger girl. But in the general public, or even on YouTube, I almost never see younger girls wearing big statement jewelry. Okay, now this next one is one that I actually completely disagree with, and that is that wearing your hair long actually can age an aging woman. I think that's ludicrous. I actually think that if you have really long, really healthy, voluminous hair, even if it's not voluminous, if you have really long, fine but healthy hair, I think that can actually make a woman look younger. I don't think it ages a woman at all. Now, I think it might age a woman if, you have hair that's to here and it's all nice and healthy, and then the last 6 inches is just broken off and see-through and stuff like that. Then I do think that, longer hair can age you. But for the most part, I actually think that longer hair makes women look younger. I think that's why, hair extensions are so popular. I think hair extensions can really make a woman of any age look just younger and healthier because obviously it adds a lot more volume and length, and there's something very youthful about healthy, thick hair. And not just that, I can't tell you how many times I have watched YouTube videos where a woman my age or older puts in hair extensions, and then the whole comment section is just like, oh my God, you look 10 years younger. And it's one of the reasons I will never put on hair extensions in one of my videos. Well, I don't know if I'll never do that, but yeah, those are just not comments that I would like to hear, like, oh my God, you look so much younger with your long, hair. I'd be like, I don't get to keep it. It's not really mine, Now this next one is actually kind of funny. So it says, being too white or being too tan. Those can both age an aging woman. And, I can definitely say for myself personally that whenever I'm really, really white, like in the winter months, I feel like I do look older. And one of the reasons is because, whenever you think of somebody who's young and youthful, you always think of that beautiful, just healthy glow and that flush colored skin. For me, if I'm too white, I feel like I don't look as toned, I feel like I just look pasty and unhealthy. However, when I've gotten too tan, or when I put on like too much self-tanner, I feel like that has also aged me. It makes all my age spots look a lot darker, and it just makes my skin look more textured. And so I feel like there is a happy medium there. So anyway, too white or too tan can age an aging woman. But somewhere right there in the middle, that's the sweet spot. So try to figure out what that is for you and make that a goal. Okay, so this one is a tough one for me because I don't think that any aging woman should ever live, by any rules as far as like what we should and shouldn't wear. But I think everybody kind of has their own personal, line in the sand, where they draw the line and say, I'm not going to be wearing that anymore now that I'm this age. And I definitely have those. So this bullet point that I read is that wearing, wearing dresses or skirts too short and jumping on every fashion trend will age an aging woman. And, for me, I have stopped wearing really short skirts and dresses, unless I'm going to be going to the beach or the lake or something like that. Then I might put on something short, and just have a bathing suit underneath it. But for the most part, I typically like to wear my skirts down to my knees or even past my knees now. And it just kind of stinks because there have been times where I have gotten ready and I'm like, yeah, I can wear that. I work out and, I try to stay fit and stuff, and that's going to look great on me. And I will put it on, and then I'll go look in a mirror, and I'll start from the ground and work my way up. And I'm like, yeah, looks good, looks good, looks good. And then I'm like, nope. It's like my outfit doesn't match my aging face, is what I think in my mind. And I know that I will not feel confident. The other part of this bullet point was jumping on every trend will age an aging woman. And I feel like not following the trends or not staying, up with the times as far as trends are concerned will actually age somebody. So I definitely try to stay on trend, but I don't go overboard, like right now everybody's wearing crop tops, so there are a lot of girls that wear those shirts that just not right there and their whole midsection is showing. And I would love to be able to do that, but I feel like for me personally, I just don't think that it would look appropriate on me with my face. So anyway, I think that we should all stick with the trends. Like if it's going to high-waisted, yeah, you should definitely start wearing high-waisted. Otherwise you're gonna look awkward, or you're gonna look like you are too old and you're not following the trends, that you're stuck in your ways, So I think that you should follow the trends, but maybe not as hard as some of the younger girls. I don't know. I guess, like I said, it's a personal preference. Okay, so the next bullet point here is wearing the wrong color foundation and going too heavy on the makeup. Now, I feel like this one's a catch-22 also. Well, the foundation part I definitely agree with. I think that you should always try to find a foundation that matches you best, your skin tone and everything else. Now, going heavy on the makeup. This is kind of a hard one because I feel like as I've gotten older, I've definitely had to wear more makeup. Like if I wear less makeup, I feel like I look older now, especially around my eyes. When I don't have any eyeshadow on at all, I feel like, first of all, my eyelids look really, really white, and so they really stand out. They've obviously lost elasticity and they look a little bit more saggy. So anyway, that one's a tough one because I feel like as we get older, we do start putting on a little bit more and more makeup because we're trying to camouflage things and hide our imperfections and stuff like that. It gets a little bit harder as we get older. So with that one, I think there is a point where you can go overboard. I've seen it on celebrities and stuff when they were just wearing way too much makeup and it actually ages them. I think that just trying to find the right amount to kind of camouflage everything still look nice, you know. I don't know, it just becomes so hard. Why does it have to be so hard to age? So anyway, that's just another one that I read. So this is another one, and I definitely agree with this. It says, having a bad attitude or being too serious can age an aging woman. And I definitely agree with that. I think that if you are young, even if you're in your late 20s and 30s, if you have a bad attitude, or if you are really serious and you don't have a sweet, you know, kind, giggly, happy, you know, playful side, then I think it really can age you. Not to say that everybody should be giggly and, you know, playful and stuff like that, but just being pleasant, you know, keeping a sweet smile on your face, not a scowl, not, you know, having a bad attitude toward the world, like, you know, the whole victim role. Whenever you're constantly playing this victim role, or you're constantly defensive or just angry at the world, I definitely think that that can age somebody. And I also think that a smile can make somebody look so much younger. I think that as we age, when we keep a serious face, it can make us look older. And I think that just even a smile with no teeth, you know, just a pleasant, like lift your eyebrows kind of, you know, I think that that can make us look younger than a serious kind of squinted eyes scowl, you know. This one is kind of funny, and it says, wearing sneakers with everything can age an aging woman or make somebody look older. And, you know, that never really occurred to me. But I have actually put on sneakers before so that I wouldn't confuse anybody. Because I'm aware, I'm a petite woman, I'm only 5'3.5", I'm very small framed and stuff like that. And I think that sometimes from behind, I might appear to be younger than I actually am. And I thought, you know, that's a really good way to still dress really cute and wear form-fitting clothes, because I typically do wear form-fitting clothes because of the way that my body is shaped. I feel like if I don't, then I'm gonna lose a lot of my shape and I'm just gonna look like a little girl wearing her mom's suit or something like that. You know, I lose my figure if I wear things that are too baggy. And so I do still wear very form-fitting clothes, like I might wear a form-fitting tank top with some form-fitting pants. But I don't want to confuse anybody into thinking that I'm younger, so then I'll throw on some sneakers. And I feel like that is my way of saying, don't worry, I'm older, you know, I'm not that fashionable that I'm wearing, you know, my wedges with this outfit. So anyway, I don't always do that, but I have done that before, specifically for that reason. However, I don't wear sneakers with dresses. I have actually. I've worn one of those bodycon, you know, dresses with the short cap sleeves, and I've worn tennis shoes with that, and I think they're so cute. I think that is a really cute look. Not tennis shoes, but more like the Keds. These were not Keds, they're Guess, but they look kind of like, they look a little bit like Converse is what they look like. But anyway, I did think that it was a very cute look, and I still had a very form-fitting bodycon dress, but it was past my knees, and then I had on my little Guess tennis shoes, and I feel like it was just, I thought it looked really cute, and it wasn't, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I was too old to be wearing that, you know, so anyway. And then the last one was something that was very odd to me, and it was face posture can really make an aging woman look older. And the obvious is, you know, the resting bitch face. You've heard that before. And yeah, I definitely think that that can make somebody look older. It kind of goes along with the other bullet point, which is, you know, being too serious or having a bad attitude. But another thing that it was saying was that oftentimes the older we get, we tend to leave our mouths gaping open. And I'm like, no, what? But I have definitely noticed it with myself, and especially like, there have been times where I'm listening to somebody else, you know, tell a story or whatever, and I'm sitting there with my mouth just kind of hanging open. Like I'm like, why am I doing that? Why am I just leaving my mouth hanging open like that? So anyway, or I've noticed sometimes whenever I'm making a video and I'm looking around for something, I'm sitting there like just with my mouth hanging open, and all I see is my bottom teeth, and I'm like, shut your mouth, you know, so there's definitely some truth to that. So that's all I have for you today. I hope you found this video to be a little bit entertaining. I know whenever I read these bullet points, I found them to be pretty entertaining myself, but they're definitely food for thought, you know? So I would love to hear your feedback. I would love to hear, you know, what your take is on some of these bullet points, you know, and even if you disagree with anything that I said, that's totally fine too, because I think we all have our own personal rules when it comes to, you know, how we do things as we age, you know, and unfortunately, sometimes we do have to change some things, but some of the rules that they come up with for us are just ridiculous, and some of them I'm like, all right, I could see that just a little bit. So anyway, I would love to hear what you guys have to say too, so don't forget to leave a comment. And I have a feeling this is going to be one of those videos where the comment section is just going to be really funny and fun to read. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you next week.